Hello, my name is Gille. I'm the editor of European private equity publication Unquote. We're here on the final day of the IPEM conference in Cannes, and it is my pleasure to be joined today by Andrea Bonomi from Investindustrial. Thank you very much for taking the time to be with us today, Andrea.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you've enjoyed the conference and all the very interesting panels and meeting opportunities that we've had. I thought today we could be talking a little bit about Investindustrial and how the firm has developed and the opportunities you see in the current market. I think one thing that has really struck us last year, we actually completed sort of looking at the stats for 2019 fairly recently in terms of both fundraising and deal activity. Southern Europe has been on a fantastic run of form for fundraising, for deals, Italy in particular, but also Iberia. Obviously, your roots are in that market. You've expanded since then, and you look out across Europe. But obviously, for something that's quite close to home, how do you feel about that development?
Well, I think the market is evolving. I mean, correctly, people are looking at Southern Europe not so much as a region in the sense correlation to macro, but as what the companies can do in the global scene. So all the growth you're seeing is in the companies that we concentrate upon, which is companies which have globalization or evolution, etc. You know, Italy is the size of California. Talking about the GDP of California doesn't make much sense. It's the kind of companies you can find in that space which have global potential, and I think that is the evolution.
So with a more global outlook for these economies, obviously come the macro challenges that come with it, and that's not just obviously Southern Europe or Italy in particular. Across your portfolio, how do you navigate the macro challenges that we've got on the horizon, technology-driven disruption, all these themes?
Absolutely. I mean, today for companies, it's not the local macro; it is exactly the items you including ESG you mentioned. It's all in the investment on the team. We are today 130 companies in private equity groups that do not invest in building the teams to support their investee companies are out of step with where the world is going. And you're absolutely right. Technology is a major event. Globalization is no longer a simple globalization of producing one country and selling in another country. You need to have plans, you need to have support, and the private equity industry is following, especially the super regionals like ourselves are following with offices in Asia, in the US, etc. to support our companies. So it's a very, very important trend.
Okay. And now, looking more at Investindustrial's evolution in recent years, I think it really struck me you were quite ahead of the curve when it came to your build-up platform, build-up vehicle, in sort of supporting your portfolio companies for over the longer term. So that's now caught on a lot in the secondary space with single asset secondaries, with continuation vehicles. Do you think such strategies should become more prevalent in the private equity toolkit in terms of their impact on actually managing to create more value at portfolio level?
I think they will. I mean, the fund structure is fine as a basis for operating in the market. It supports the teams. It allows you to operate properly, but it is not perfectly in tune with what a company needs. Sometimes a company needs a longer period or a different kind of ownership, and this is what is the evolution currently happening in the private equity industry. And we're happy to have led with having done a couple of deals in that space. But you'll see more and more investors are going to fragment this industry, so to make sure that both the manager has the right toolkit and the company has the right partner for that specific. So it is ESG and that are two very, very positive developments that I'm happy to say the private equity industry is doing. So it's an evolution.
Excellent. Thank you very much for taking the time to stop by and chat with us today, Andrea. And thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.